Thank you for joining me today for session 2 of the Freedom Awaits Live Your Best Life Workshop 101. Go ahead and grab your workbook, and today we're going to be on page 5. So go ahead and turn to page 5. As we begin, I would like to start with a quote by Henry David Thoreau, and he said, "Money is not required to buy one necessity of the soul." I think it's a great thing to ponder as we begin talking about faith. What is faith, and how does it impact your life? Faith is one of our cornerstones of living a true life of freedom. And as we think about this cornerstone, we're looking at faith, health, and finance. Today, we're going to really ponder what is faith and how is it going to impact my life? Faith, if we look at a definition from the dictionary, we see that faith is the complete trust or confidence in someone or something. It could be a strong belief in God or in the doctrines of a religion based on a spiritual apprehension rather than proof, or a system of religious belief, or a strongly held belief or theory. There's a lot of different definitions of faith. Faith is this force. It's this force that keeps us moving forward. It's something that is a gift, and it should be revered. It is important that everyone has faith and is blessed to receive the peace and joy that comes from one's faith. I know from my own personal experience that my faith has brought me through life's trials, uncertainties. It has brought me vision and contentment to my life. As a Christian, my faith has grown by stepping out and trusting in the Lord. I have so many experiences in the past that exemplify His faithfulness, His direction, and His blessing. In the book, I hope you'll read my story from 2009 of my family and just some of the things that happened during that time. And that was a huge, monumental time of stepping out in faith and seeing God's blessings in our lives. If you will turn to page 6 of your workbook, that whole time in 2009 really created a time that our family became much more united and our lives became more fulfilling. We learned how not only to grasp faith as a family and individually, but we also learned the importance of time and really worked on getting our priorities straight. And so I hope that this quick lesson on faith and spirituality will really help you in your life. My hope for you is that you will embrace your own faith and see where it will lead you. If we look at Hebrews 11:1, it says, "Now faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen." When we are stepping out in faith, usually we really can't see what's on the other side. And sometimes we're only shown one step at a time. And faith gets us through those times. The first question here on page 6 asks, what do you have complete trust or confidence in? Write that down. And how do you foster and nurture your faith? Take time now to jot down any times you have seen unexpected blessings in your life. Sometimes we're moving so quickly and so caught up in our to-do lists and just trying to survive in this world that we forget to take time to really be thankful and to look at the blessings that happen every single day. So write down those things. Sometimes it's that pat on the back, it's that smile, it's that phone call that you really needed. Maybe a song came on the radio and just was exactly the words you needed to hear. So anything that you can think of, write that down. Faith can feed one's spirit. If we look at the definition of spirituality, we find that the dictionary tells us it is the quality of being concerned with the human spirit or soul, as opposed to material or physical things. We have faith and we have spirituality. Spirituality is really looking at the human spirit or the soul. It's awareness of our own spirit, and it's taking time to connect to that inner being, which is going to help us bring balance to our life. Faith and spirituality are very important to us as humans. If you're a Christian or not, it's very important. On page 7, the question here that I ask you is, do you take time to reflect and are you cognizant of your spirit or soul? Do you take time to really think about what is within? And then jot down some ways that you can nurture your own spirituality. Faith and spirituality are two things that, if we can nurture in our lives, we are going to see more balance. We are going to find more freedom and more joy in our lives. If you turn to page 8, we look at a schedule here. I have a schedule for you to fill in and really take time to think about, when can you set aside time that you can nurture your faith and spirituality. And I'm going to give you an example of a calendar. For example, maybe on Mondays I have time in the middle of the day, so I'm going to put 11:30 to 12. I did half-hour blocks. It can be as little as 5 minutes of time. You want to preferably try to get that 15 to 30 minutes of quiet time, but even 5 minutes, if your day is so packed, you're like, I don't even have 5 minutes to spare right now. Try to take out 5 minutes, of your day. And if you can try to put that in every day of the week, at least, 3 to 5 days. Here I have it 6 days out of the week, because sometimes, we have lots of extra activities that we just don't have time. But if you can start getting in this habit of having a daily quiet time, maybe it's before you go to bed, maybe it's when you wake up in the morning, or maybe it's just in the middle of the day or while you're driving. Time to really just be quiet and to really, as a Christian, seek the Lord. But if you're not a Christian, just seeking that your faith and spirituality, whatever that is for you, and whatever that looks like for you. Our brains need time to process information, and our emotions need time to relax. And quiet time allows for that. If we can just stop, wait, and listen, the time in silence is invaluable. Our creativity blossoms, our balance ensues, and direction is discovered. So I hope that you will work on a schedule that will work with your time. And remember, this is always flexible and changeable. So if it's not working, no big deal. Just change it and try something else. Try a different time frame or maybe a different day of the week. So on the middle of page 8, it asks, what does quiet time look like for you? What does that look like? Write down what that's going to look like for you. Maybe, like I said, for some, it's going to be in the car because it's the only time you have right now. Maybe it's going to be during your breakfast, or maybe you're going to have to go into the bathroom and close the door, and that might be your place for your quiet time. I've actually had times in my life that's where I had to hide, just to get some quiet. So wherever that is, try to find what that's going to look like for you in your life and what's going to fit now. Okay. And then as we continue, we're just looking at um, the homework that for session 1 and session 2. From the previous session, you were working on a life symbol. So go ahead, and if you haven't completed that, please complete that. And then for this week and for this session, we are going, I'm hoping you can dedicate time for you, for yourself, on your schedule, and use time for you to really look into that faith and spirituality aspect of your life so that you can help that grow in your life. Coming up for our future sessions, it's time to start compiling information for your budget. So please start looking at your expenses and income and collecting that data so that you'll have it when we get into the finance portion. And go ahead and write down your monthly costs on a sheet. You can go ahead and skip forward if you like and start jotting that down, or just sketch it on a piece of paper or in your notes on your phone. Okay, so I hope that this session was quick and easy, and encouragement that you will take time to have quiet time in your life. And I hope that you will foster faith and spirituality in your life. Quick review. What have you accomplished? What have you accomplished today? What have you accomplished this week? What have you accomplished this year? Think about those accomplishments in your life. And remember, focus, persistence, and patience will fuel great changes in your life. I hope you have a great day. Here is my contact information, and I would love to hear from you. There is my website. You can book additional services there. And all my social media information. Please follow me on social media, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and yeah, have a great day.